1 of the WAS 2018 Mathematics Past Question, that is your WAEC 2018 exams. It says simplify the square root of 108. This is not a division, this is a plus, okay? There's a plus here, then plus the square root of 125 plus the square root of what? 75. Okay, so this is sort. Okay, so we have to break this down to we have to break it down to smaller chunks so that we can get a perfect square that would give us its own square, that we can get the square root, and whatever we can't get the square root of, we'll leave. Okay, all right, so for 108, what can we do? Okay, let's break this down. To easily break down, just try to divide either 108 by 2 or divide 108 by 3. Try to use the numbers 2, 3, and 5. Okay, so in sorts, especially in WAEC, all right. Okay, if we break this down with 2, we are going to have a 5 and a 4, a 54, and you can't get the square root of 54, right? But if we divide 108 by 3, we're going to get 36, and definitely we can get the square root of 36. What's the square root of 36? It is what? 6. So we're going to use here, we're going to say all in bracket 3 times what? 36 plus the square root of 125. Definitely we have to use a 5 here. 125 divided by 5 will give us what? A 25. So we have, and you can get the square root of 25, right? So we have 5 times what? 25, which give us 125 plus 75. Let's try a 3. 3 divided by 75, we're going to get 25, and definitely we can get the square root of 25, which is what? 5. Okay, so we have here 3 times 25, which will give us 75. So here, what are we left with? This is what? This is saying the square root of 3 times what? The square root of what? 36, plus here the square root of 5 times the square root of what? 25, plus the square root of 3 times the square root of what? 25. And what's the square root of 36 here? We have 6. And 6 times the square root of 3 will give us what? 6 root 3. Plus, what's the square root of 25? That will give us a 5. And 5 times the square root of 5 will give us 5 root 5. Plus, what's the square root of 25? Which is what? 5. And 5 times root 3 will give us 5 root 3. Okay, so what do we add here? In sorts, we are going to add, we can only add the square roots that are the same. Okay, the values of the square roots that are the same. So you have square root 3 here, and you have square root what? And you have square root 3 here. So we're going to add up 6 and 5. And adding up 6 and 5, what do we get? We have what? 11. 6 plus 5 is 11. Then we have 11 root 3 plus 5 root 5. Okay, this should be our answer. But we can see here our answer is not in the option, so it means that there's a typo also on this question. But if checking through on my own, this positive, I think it's supposed to be a negative sign. So if this is a negative sign, let's cancel this. This will be negative, this will be negative. It means this also will be what? Negative. So if we have a negative sign, we are going to have here 6 minus 5. And what will be 6 minus 5? That is 1 root what? 3 plus 5 plus 5 root what? 5. Okay, and one can still, well, you can't be 1 times root 3 will still give us what? Root 3 plus 5 root 5. Okay, so this should be our answer if this is a negative sign, and we have the answer right here in the option A. Okay, so there's a typo here, and during exams, if your invigilator does not correct you with your typos, then you don't get the answer, then you can leave that place. You don't shade that place. Okay, so don't shade it in your exam, all right, except your invigilator instruct you and say this sign is wrong, change it to negative or a positive or whatever sign. All right, okay, so if this is a negative, we're going to have this option A as our answer. Question 2 of the WAS 2018 Mathematics Past Question, that's your WAEC exams. It says evaluate 64 raised to the power of 1 over 2 minus, this is supposed to be a positive here, okay, this is a plus here, okay, plus 125 raised to the power of 1 over 3, all into what? This all brackets, then we we have to square this. Okay, so how do we do this? Let's solve what's in the bracket first. 64 raised to the power half is what? That's the square root of what? 64 plus 122 raised to the power 1 over 3. That is the what? The cube root of what? 125. Okay, raised to the power 2. And what is the square root of 64? We have 8, because 8 times 8 is what? 64. Plus, what's the cube root of 125? It should be a 5, because 5 times 5 is 25. And times another 5, we are going to get 125. So we have 5 here. All bracket, then square. Okay, and what is 18? 8 plus 5. 8 plus 5 is what? 13. And what is the square of 13? The square of 13 is what? 169. And our answer is option C. Question 3 of the WAS 2018 Mathematics Past Question, that's your WAEC 2018 exams. It says, given that y varies inversely as the square of x. Let's write this down. This is variation. If you've forgotten your variation, you can check the DTW channel. There's a video on introduction of variation and also past question solve. Okay, so it says y varies inversely, that is y varies inversely as the square of x, that is x what? Square. Okay, if x is equal to 3 when y is equal to 100, find the equation connecting x and y. Remember, in variation, to change the variation sign to an equal to sign, you have to introduce what? A constant. So here we have y is equal to k divided by x squared. Okay, so it says if x is 3 when y is 100, find the equation. So let's put x as 3 and y as 100 here. So what's y here? We put 100 equal to k over what is x? 3. So we have 3 what? Square. And what would that give us? That is 100 equal to k divided by 9. And to get k is equal to 9 times 100 will give us what? 900. Okay, so k is what? 900. So the question says find the equation connecting x and y. So all you need to do is put in the value of 900 into this equation. Okay, this is the equation that connects what? X and y. So since we found the value of k as 900, let's put it into here. So we have y is equal to what? 900 divided by x squared. So the equation, we can just simply bring x squared up here, so that's cross multiply, and we have yx squared is equal to what? 900. So this is the equation that connects what? X and y, and our right option here is option B. Question 4 of the WAS 2018 Mathematics Past Question, that's your WAEC exams. It says find the value of x for which 32 base 4 is equal to 22 base x. So you have 32 base 4 is equal to what? 22 base x. So what to look for the value of what? X. Remember our number basis. Okay, so let's convert this both sides to base 10. Okay, both this 32 base 4 to base 10 and also 22 base x to base 10. So we have the same base on both sides, and definitely we'll look for x. Okay, so this will be a 0 and 1 here, this will be a 0 and 1 here. So remember our number basis. Okay, so for 3, what do we have? We have what? A 3 times what? A 4 raised to power 1, that is converting to base 10, plus 2 times 4 raised to power what? 0 equal to what? 2 times x raised to power 1 plus 2 times x raised to power 0. Okay, so this is 4 raised to power 1, which will still give us 4, and 4 times 3 will give us what? 12, plus 4 raised to power 0 is what? A 1, and 1 times 2 will give us what? 2, equal to what? X raised to power 1 is still x, and x times 2 will give us what? 2x, plus x raised to power 0 is 1, and 1 times 2 will give us what? 2. Okay, so let's find the value of x. Okay, so we can take all this, take 2 to this side, leaving 2x here. So we have this plus this. What would this give us? This will give us 14. Or should we just, let me just write this down. Plus 2. Then taking plus 2 to this side, we are going to have a minus 2 equal to 2x. So plus 2 minus 2 will give us what? Is 0. So we're left 12 equal to what? 2x. Divide both sides by 2. What do we have? 2 in 12 will give us how many times? 6 times. Okay, so we have x is equal to what? 6. So the value of x is 6, and our right option here is option C. Question 5 of the WAS 2018 Mathematics Past Questions, that's a WAEC exams. It says simplify this. Okay, this is fraction, so we're going to write our order of operation, which is what? Board what? Mass. Okay, so from here there's no bracket, there's no off. Okay, there's a division sign here, so we'll first start with what? Division. All right, so let's convert these mixed numbers to improper what? Fractions. Okay, so to do that, we say what? 4 times 2 is what? 8, and 8 plus 1 is what? 9 over 4, times 3 times 2 is 6, and 6 plus 1 is what? 7 over 2, divided by 8 times 4 is what? 32, and 32 plus 3 will give us what? 35, divided by 8. So here we are to perform what? Division first. So, okay, we're going to divide this and this. So to convert this division sign to multiplication sign, we have to invert. Okay, that's 8 will come up, 35 will go down. So here we are left with what? 9 over 4 times 7 over 2 times 8 over 35. So here we can simply cancel out, because after your division is still your multiplication, so we can just cancel out throughout. Okay, so 7 here will go 1 time, 7 here will go how many times? 5 times. 4 here can go how many times? 1. 4 in 8 how many times? It will go 2 times, and 2 will cancel 2 here, so we have 1 1. We're left with what? 9 over 5. Okay, we're left with 9 over 5. Okay, and our answers are in mixed numbers, so let's convert this to mixed number. How many times would 5 go in 9? It will go 1 times, remainder 4 over 5. So this is our answer, and our right option here is option D. Question 6 of the WAS 2018 Mathematics Past Question, that's your WAEC exams. It says there are 250 boys and 150 girls in a school. Okay, if 60% of the boys and 40% of the girls play football, what percentage of the school played football? Okay, so it says 60% of the boys played football. So how do we get 60% of the boys? That's 60% of 250. So we have 250 times what? 60 over what? 100. Okay, this will cancel, this will cancel, this will cancel, this will cancel, this 0. 25 times 6 will give us what? 150. Okay, so this is the number of boys that played. Now 40% of the girls played, so 40% of 150, we have 150 times 40 over 100. Okay, this will cancel this 0 here, this 0 will cancel this 0 here. We're left with 15 times 4, which will give us what? 60. Okay, so the question says what percent of the school played football? So we're going to get the total, that will be boys plus the girls that played football. So when we add this up, we have 0. 5 plus this will give us 11. Drop 1, carry 1. 1 plus 1, that's a 2. So this is the total number of students that played what? Football. Okay, so to get this percent, how do we get the percent? It will be 210 divided by the total number of students in the school. Okay, that is the total number of students that played football divided by the total number of students in the school. And what the total number of students in the school is what? 250 plus 150. And that will give us 0. This is a 0, carry 1. 1 plus 2 plus 1. That will give us a 4. So the total number of students is what? 400. We are told to look for the percent times 100. Okay, so this is the formula we're going to use to find the percentage of students that played football after getting for our boys and also our girls. So let's cancel out this 20 will cancel out, so we have 110 divided by 4. 2 can go here how many times? 2 times. 2 here, that's a 1, and that's a 0 and a what? 5. Okay, and 2 we go a 105 how many times? It's going to go, this would be a 5. 2 in 5 would go how many times? 2 times remainder. It's going to be a remainder 1 over 2. And what is a 1 over 2? 1 over 2 is 0.5. So we have 52.5. If you punch in your calculator, you're going to get 52.5 what percent. Okay, and our right option here is option D. Question 7 of the WAS 2018 Mathematics Past Question, that's your WAEC exams. It says if log 10 bracket 6x minus 4 minus log 10 2 is equal to 1, solve for x. Okay, when you have a 1 here, it also means what? Log 10 raised to power of 10, which will give us what? 10. Okay, so we have here log 10 bracket 6x minus 4, then minus log 10 2 is equal to what? Log 10 10. Okay, so from here log 10 minus log 10 2 will give us what? That's the division, right? So we have what? Log 10 bracket 6x minus 4 divided by 2 is equal to what? Log 10 10. So from here log 10 will cancel out log 10 and we're left with what? 6x minus 4 divided by 2 equal to what? 10. So from here we cross multiply. 2 times 10 will give us 20. We have what? 6x minus 4 is equal to what? 20. Okay, so from here what do we have? Take minus 4 to this other side. We have 6x equal to 20 minus 4. And what is 20 minus 4? Taking minus 4 to this side, we have a positive. Okay, so we have 6x is equal to what? 24. So we have here 6x equal to 24. So what do? We divide both sides by 6 to get our x. Okay, so x, how many times will 6 go in 24? It will go how many times? 4 times. Okay, so x is equal to what? 4. And our right option here is option C. Question 8 of the WAS 2018 Mathematics Past Question, that's your WAEC exams. It says if f is equal to 9 over 5c plus 32, find c when f is what? 98.6. Okay, so we put in the value of what? F into this equation to get what? C. So from here, what is f? Okay, let me just write this down. So f is what? 98.6. So we have 98.6 is equal to 9 over 5c plus what? 32. So all we need to do is take 32 to this side. We have 98.6 minus what? Taking plus positive here to be a negative. Okay, minus 32 equal to what? 9 over 5 what? C. And what is 98 minus 0.6 minus 32 is going to give us 66.6 when we punch in our calculator, equal to what? 9 over 5 C. So here let's cross multiply, making C subject of formula. Okay, we're going to do what? We'll multiply. We're going to have C. Let me just take 5 here and bring 9 down. Okay, so we have C alone here. So we have what? 66.6 times what? 5 divided by 9 is equal to what? C. Alright, punching your calculator, 66.6 times 5 divided by 9 will give us what? 37 equal to C. So C is equal to what? 37. Okay, and our right option here is option B. Question 9 of the WAS 2018 Mathematics Past Question, that's your WAEC exam, says if y minus 2x, okay, this is a typo here, this is supposed to be positive. If y plus 2x is equal to 4 and y minus 3x is equal to minus 1, find the value of what? X minus y. Okay, how do we do this? We have two equations here, that's a simultaneous equation. So we're going to find from the simultaneous equation, we're going to find the value of x and y. Then we'll find the value of x minus y. Okay, so let's write our equation here. We have y plus 2x equal to 4. That's equation 1. And we have y minus 3x equal to minus 1. That is what? Equation 2. Okay? Alright. So to get your, from here, let us use the elimination method. Okay? To eliminate y here, we can introduce a negative sign. And when we introduce this negative sign, the negative sign will affect every sign on equation 2. So this negative times this negative will become a positive, and negative times this negative here will become what? A positive. So here we have y minus y, which will give us what? 0. Okay? So we have a 0 here. So we have here plus 2x plus 3x will give us what? 5x equal to 4 plus 1 will give us what? 5. So to get our x, we divide both sides by 5. Okay, 5 will cancel here, and we have x is equal to 5 here will cancel as 1, and we have x is equal to 1. So since we have x is equal to 1, let's put in the value of x equal to 1 into any of the equation. Okay, let us choose equation 1. So putting x equal to 1 into equation 1 is y plus 2x equal to what? 4. So let's put in 1 here. So we have y plus what? 2 times what? 1 equal to what? 4. Alright, so we have y plus 2 equal to 4. So we have y is equal to, take 2 to the other side, positive 2, it will turn to a negative 2. So we have 4 minus 2. So y is equal to what? 2. Alright, so we have x as 1 and y as 2. So the question says find the value of x minus y. And what is x? X is 1. And what is y? Y is what? 2. So we have 1 minus 2. And what is 1 minus 2? 1 minus 2 will give us what? A negative 1. Alright, so this is our answer. And our right option here is option D. Question 10 of the WAS 2018 Mathematics Past Question. That's your WAEC exam. It says if x ratio y ratio z is what? 2 ratio 3 ratio 4. Evaluate 9x plus 3y divided by 6z minus what? 2y. All you need to do is put in the value of what? X, y, and z. Okay, 2, 3, 4 into this what? Equation. Alright, so here we have 9. What is x? X is what? Times what? 2 plus 3. What is y? Y is what? Times what? 3 divided by 6. What is z? Z is 4. That is what? Times 4 minus 2. What is y? Y is what? 3 times what? 3. So here what do we have? We have what? 18. That's 9 times 2 plus 3 times 3 is 9 divided by what is 6 times 4? That is 24 minus 3 times 6 is will give us what? 6. Okay, so 8 plus 9 will give us 27, and 27 divided by 24 minus 6 will give us what? 8. So here what can go? I think a 3 can go. 3 will go here how many times? 9 times. And 3 will go here how many times? 6 times. 3 again can go 3 here 3 times, and 3 here what? 2 times. So we have 3 over 2 as our answer. Okay, we don't have 3 over 2, so we have to convert this improper fraction to mixed numbers. So 2 in 3 will go how many times? 1 times, remainder 1 over 2. So this is our answer, and our right option here is option A. Question 11 of the WAS 2018 Mathematics Past Question, that is your WAEC exams. It says simplify 2 minus 18m squared divided by 1 plus what? 3m. Okay, so this is a simplification. Okay, so how do we do this? What is common with 2 and 18? That is what we can bring out a 2, right? Bring out a 2 bracket 1 minus 2 in 18 will go how many times? 9 times. So we have 9 m squared divided by 1 minus plus what? 3m. Okay, so from here, this is liking as what? Alright, this is liking as 1 square minus 3m square. Okay, and remember, when you have a square minus b square, it is equal to what? A plus b bracket what? A minus b. All right, I hope you remember our factorization. All right, so from here, this is a and this is what? B. Is that not it? So we have here 1 plus 3m brackets 1 minus what? 3m. All right, if we take this following this formula. All right, so we have this 1 minus 9m squared will give us what? This will give us 1. This is 2. Don't forget our 2 here. 2 brackets 1 plus 3m brackets 1 minus what? 3m. All right, and divided by 1 plus 3m. From here, all we are trying to do is cancel out what? Our denominator. All right, you know, we are told to simplify. So with this, we'll cancel this. So we're left with what? 2 bracket 1 minus 3m. Okay, we can't simplify this further, or to simplify this further, the only thing to do is just to open the brackets. And when we open the bracket, we don't find our answers here, but we find this answer in the option. All right, so this is our answer, and our right option here is option C. Question 12 of the WAS 2018 Mathematics Past Question says a curve is such that when y is equal to 0, x is equal to minus 3 or x is equal to 3. Find the equation of the curve. Okay, so the question says x is equal to what? Minus 2, or x is equal to what? 3. Okay, and y is what? 0. So taking minus 2 to this side, we have what? X minus to this side will turn to a positive 2 equal to what? 0, and what? X, bringing 3 to this side, we are going to have a negative 3 equal to what? 0. So all we need to do, since x plus 2 is equal to 0 and x minus 3 is equal to 0, we then have x plus 2 bracket x minus 3 all being equal to what? 0. Okay, so all we need to do is open up this bracket. In opening up this bracket, what do we have? X times x is what? X squared. X times minus 3, we have what? Minus 3x, and 2 times x will give us a positive 2x, and 2 times minus 3 will give us a negative what? 6 equal to 0. So from here we have x2 minus 3x plus 2x will give us a minus x minus 6 equal to what? 0. Okay, so since we are told that y is equal to 0, so this will be x squared minus x minus 6 is equal to what? Y. All right, so this is our answer. And what is our right option here? Our right option is option D. Question 13 of the WAS 2018 Mathematics Past Question, that's your WAEC exams. It says the volume of a cylindrical tank 10-meter high is 385 meter cube. Find the diameter of the tank. Okay, so what's the volume of a cylinder? Okay, since it's a cylindrical tank, the volume of a cylinder V is equal to what? Pi r square h. All right, we've been told the volume is this. So 385 is equal to what? Pi r square h. We are told to find the diameter of the tank. Okay, so it means that we don't know the radius, but we are given the height, and we're given pi as what? 22/7. Okay, so we're looking for r square. All right, so making r square subject of formula here, what do? We divide both sides by what? Pi h. Divide by pi h. This will cancel out, pi will cancel out pi here, h will cancel out h. So we are left with what? R square is equal to what? 385 divided by pi what? So this is supposed to be h, sorry, pi h. Okay, so what do we have here? We have 385 over what is pi? 22. Bring up 7. You know, pi is 22/7, so we just automatically bring up 7 here. All right, because it's going to invert times 10. All right, I hope you understand this. You know, it's 22/7, and we invert 7 will come up. All right, okay. So we have what? And h is what? 10. All right, if you punch in your calculator, you're going to get 12.25, and the square root of, you know, this is what? R square is equal to what? 12.25. To get our r, it will be what? The square root of what? 12.25. And what's the square root of 12.25? We're going to get what? 3.5. Okay, so r is equal to what? 3.5 what? Meter. But our question says find the diameter of the tank. And what is the diameter? Diameter is equal to what? 2 times what? R. All right, so this will be 2 times what? 3.5. And what is 2 times 3.5? It will give us what? A 7. So our answer is what? 7 meter. And our right option here is option C. Question 14 of the WAS 2018 Mathematics Past Question, that's your WAEC exams. It says the surface area of a sphere is 792 divided by 7 centimeters square. Find correct to the nearest whole number its volume. Okay, so we're to find the volume. And what's the formula to find the volume of a sphere? Okay, the volume of a sphere, the formula is what? 4 divided by 3 pi r cube. Okay, and here we are given pi, but we don't know r, right? But here we are told that the surface area of a sphere is this. Okay, and what's the formula to find the surface area of the sphere of a sphere? This, the formula for surface area of, let me just put this here, area of sphere is equal to what? 4 pi r square. And they told us that the surface area of the sphere is what? Equal to 792 divided by 7. Okay, so from here we can get what? R. Okay, when we equate 4 pi r square equal to 792 over 7. Okay, so when we equate this, when we get R, then we'll now substitute the value of R into this particular formula here to get the volume of the sphere. So from here, what do we have? Okay, so from here we have 4 pi r square equal to what? 792 divided by 7. All right, to get the value of R, let us cross multiply, then divide both sides by 4 pi. Okay, in cross multiplying, 7 will come here. Okay, let's do this together. All right, okay, so from here, how do we get R square? I hope you remember the change of subject or formula. For R to just stand alone here, all we need to do is divide both sides by 4 pi. Okay, so we divide both sides by what? 4 over pi. Okay, so this will be what? Divided by what? 4 over pi. Okay, all right, so we have this here. So 792 7 times 4 over pi. So this 4 over pi will cancel, and we're left with R square is equal to what? 792 over 7 times 4. And what is pi? We're given pi as what? 22 over 7. So it will be times 22. You know, this will be over 7, but we can carry 7 up, right? Since we're dividing, we have to invert. So we have times what? 7 here. All right, so let's erase this. Okay, so from here we can cancel out. What can cancel? 7 here can cancel this 7 here. We're left with 792 divided by 4 times 22. That's 88. And if we divide this, punch in your calculator, you are going to get what? A 9. So R square is equal to 9, and R will definitely be the square root of 9. And what's the square root of 9? Is 3. So R is what? 3 centimeters. So from here, we can put in our value of 3 centimeters into this formula. All right, so we can get our volume of the sphere. So from here we have what? 4 over 3 times what is pi? We have 22 over 7 times R, which is 3. So we have 3 raised to power what? 3. All right, so what do we have here? And 3 raised to power 3 is what? That is 3 times 3 is 9, and times 3 we have what? 27. So this is what? 27. So can we cancel? Yes, we can cancel. So we can cancel here. So we have 3 here, 1, and 3 in 27 will go how many times? 9 times. All right, and if you punch in your calculator, 4 times 22 times 9 divided by 7 will give us what? A 113.14. Okay, and the question says find correct to the nearest whole number. So what's the nearest whole number here? Okay, this is a decimal point. We have 1 here. 1 is less than 5. Okay, so we can't approximate. Okay, as in take a 1 and add 1 to 3 to be 4. Okay, since it's less than 5. So to the nearest whole number, our answer is what? 113 centimeter cube. Okay, this is our answer, and our right option here is option A. Question 15 of the WAS 2018 Mathematics Past Question. That's a WAEC exam. So the question says a piece of thread of length 21.4 centimeters is used to form a sector of a circle of radius 4.2 centimeter on a piece of cloth. Okay, so it's used to form a sector. Let's say we have a circle here, and this can be the sector is used to form this particular sector. Let's say it is A, B, C. Okay, so this piece of thread of length 21.4 centimeters is used to form a sector of a circle of radius what? 4.2. Okay, 4.2. All right, so this is the sector here. All right, on a piece of cloth. So calculate correct to the nearest degree the angle of the sector. So we're told to find this theta. All right, so from here, if we've been given that the piece of thread of length, this 21.4, is used to form the sector. So it means that 21.4 centimeter is what? Is the perimeter of the sector. Okay, that's the perimeter of the sector. Okay, and we're told to find what? The angle of the sector. And remember from our formula, what's the perimeter of the sector? The perimeter of a sector is what? 2r plus what? The length of an arc. Okay, that's the length of the arc, which is what? Theta over 360. The formula for length of arc is theta over 360 times what? 2 pi r. Okay, so this is the formula. So 21.4 is equal to this. All right, and we've been given r as what? 4.2 pi as 22/7. Okay, so all we need to do is look for this theta here. Okay, so let us make theta the subject of formula so it will be easy for us to just put in our values and calculate. Okay, so to make theta the subject of the formula, all we need to do is take 2r. This is plus 2r. Take plus 2r here. We're going to have a negative what? We're going to have 21.4 minus what? 2r equal to what? Theta over 360 times 2 pi r. So all the next thing we need to do is cross multiply. Okay, multiply both sides by 360. We'll do times 360 here, so it will cancel out, and all this times what? 360. Okay, so this will cancel out, and the next thing we'll do, we'll divide both sides by 2 pi what? R. So divide both sides by 2 pi r. This will cancel out, and we're left with only theta here. So theta is what? Theta is equal to what? Bracket, let's write everything down. 21.4 minus 2r all into bracket 360 divided by what? 2 pi r. Okay, so let us put in our values here. So we have here bracket 21.4 minus 2 times what? What is r? R is 4.2, so it's 2 times what? 4.2 bracket what? 360 divided by 2. What is pi? Pi is 22. That's times 22. Take 7 up. So we have a 7. Bring a 7 here. So it will be times 7 here. And times, what is our r here? 4.2. Okay. So what do we do here? All we need to do is just open up the brackets, right? 21.4 minus 2 times 4.2 will give us what? 8.4. Okay. And 21.4 minus 8.4 will give us what? 13. Okay, so we have 13 here times 360 times 7 divided by 2 times 22 times 4.2. Okay, so if we punch in our calculator, okay, punch in these values in our calculator, that's our theta. Theta will be equal to, let's come here, theta will be equal to what? 177.27 centimeter, and our answer says we should correct to the nearest degree. Okay, so the nearest degree, the number immediately after the decimal point, is it greater than or equal to 5? It is not, it is less than 5. Okay, so we can't approximate, carry a 1 here. All right, so definitely our answer will be what? Theta is equal to what? 177 sorry, this should not be centimeter. Okay, this is what we're looking for, theta. So theta is in what? Degree. So this is not centimeter, is in what? Degree. So theta is equal to 177 degree, and our right option here is option B. Question 17 of the WAS 2018 Mathematics Past Question, that's your WAEC exams. It says in the diagram, PS, this is PS, and RS are tangent to the circle center O. If angle PSR is equal to 70, this is PSR, so this is 70, okay? And angle POR is equal to M, and angle PSR, this is PSR. Okay, this shouldn't be S, this should be PQR, because this is equal to N, so this is a Q. Okay, this is a typo here. So we have PQR is equal to N. Find bracket M plus N. So we have to find M plus M. So we need to look for angle M and angle N, then add them up. Okay, that will give us our final answer. All right. Okay, so how do we solve for this angle M and N? Okay, we've been told that PS and RS are tangent. So this is a tangent to the circle. Okay, and remember that tangent to the center of the circle is what? That tangent will be what? 90 degrees. The angle, okay, it's going to form a 90 degrees to the center, the line that goes to the center of the what? Circle. So this is a 90-degree angle, and here also, which is a tangent, is what? A 90-degree angle. Okay, so okay, we know that this is 90 and we know that this is 90. Okay, so the next thing to do, okay, let's try to look for M, and to look for M, let's extend this line. Let's divide this angle. Okay, let's extend the line from the midpoint let's divide this to here. Okay, so it means that this angle here will be what, m divided by 2, and this angle will be what, m divided by 2, while this we split it into 2 equal parts. So 70 we have here 35 and what, 35. That's 70 divided by 2, which gives us what, 35, and 35 what, degrees. Okay, and if you remember our circle theorem that states that the angle subtended by an arc at the center of a circle is what, twice that of the what, circumference. So angle M is equal to what, 2n. Alright, angle M is equal to 2m. I hope you remember the circle theorem, okay, which says the angle subtended by an arc at the center of the circle is twice that at the what, twice that the angle subtended at any point on the circumference. Okay, so M is equal to what, 2n. So since we know this, okay, and we have here M divided by 2, okay, we have an angle here, we have this angle here, we have this angle here. Okay, so let's try to find M. Okay, to find M, angles the sum of angles in a triangle is equal to what, 180. So we have here M. Let's just pick one of the triangles. Let's say we are picking triangle OPS. Okay, so we're picking this triangle, so the sum is equal to what, 180. So we have M divided by 2 plus what, 90, and plus what, 35 equal to what, 180. Alright, so from here, how do we solve? What is 90 plus 35? 90 plus 35 is what, 125. So we have plus M divided by 2 equal to what, 180. So let's take 125 to this side. We have M divided by 2 equal to what, 180. Taking positive to the other side, we have what, a negative 125. Okay, so from here, 180 minus 125 will give us what, 55. So we have M divided by 2. So to get M, what do? We cross multiply. So 2 times 155, what would that give us? Sorry, 2 times 55 will give us what? 2 times 55 would give us 110. All right, so M is equal to what, 110. So how do we get N? Remember from our circle theorem, M is equal to 2 twice of what, N. So since we have M as equal to 110 equal to 2N, so to get N we divide both sides by 2. So N is definitely 110 divided by 2 will give us what, 55. So N is 55. Okay, this will cancel out. This here, this is 55. That's why we have N is equal to what, 55. And the question says find M plus N. So what is M? M is what, 110, then plus what is N? N is what, 55. And what would this give us? It will give us a 5. And 1 plus a 5, that will give us a 6, and we'll drop a 1. So our answer is what, 165 degree, and our right option here is option C. Question 18 of the WAS 2018 Mathematics Past Question says, find the value of t in the diagram. Okay, we have to find this value of t in the diagram. Okay, so from here we have an angle subtended by an arc. And remember our circle theorem, which says an angle subtended by an arc, okay, at the center of the circle is what, twice that subtended at any point of the circumference. Okay, so this is a point at the circumference, so it's going to be twice this angle, and we don't know this angle. Okay, let's say this angle is x. So t is equal to what, 2 times what, x. Okay, that is what, 2x. Let's just say 2 times what, x. Okay, which is what, 2x. Okay, so t is what, twice this angle. And to get this angle is quite easy, since this we already know from here to here as what, 117. Okay, and this is an angle, this is a straight line here, and the angles on a straight line is equal to what, 180. So we have here x plus 117 is equal to what, 180, and x will be equal to, taking plus 117 to the other side, we have 180 minus 117, and x is equal to, what is 180 minus 117? We are going to get a 63 degree. Okay, so x is equal to what? 63 degree. So from here we can get our t. So t is equal to what? 2 times 63. And what is 2 times 63? 2 times 63 is what? 126 degrees. So our answer is what? 126 degree. And our right option here is option C. Question 20 of the WAS 2018 Mathematics Past Question says the angles of a polygon are x, 2x, another 2x here. We have x minus, this is supposed to be a plus as a typo on this question, and this is supposed to be a plus. Okay, this will remain in negative. Okay, so we have these angles here, and it said find the value of x. All right, these are the angles of a polygon. Let's find out how many sides this polygon has. So we have here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this is a hexagon. Okay, the angle of this polygon is a hexagon since it has what? 6 angles. All right, so the question says find the value of what? X. And when we sum all these angles, it will give us what? The sum of the interior angles of a polygon. Okay, and which is what? What's the formula to find the sum of the interior angles of a polygon? That is what? 2n minus 4 bracket what? 90. Okay, so we're going to sum all this and equate to 2n minus 4 bracket 90. So we have here, we have x plus 2x, and remember that n is equal to what? 6, because it's a hexagon. All right, it has 6 sides. So we have plus 2x, another 2x, plus, and let's just remove the bracket since it's a positive. Multiplying everything in the bracket will still give us what? Positive. Okay, or a negative. All right, or the same sign. So we have here, or let me just put it here so we don't get confused. Let me just put the brackets so I'll explain what I mean. All right, x plus 20 plus bracket x minus 10 equal to what? 2 times, what is n? That is what? 6 minus 4 bracket what? 90. Okay, so from here you can see what I mean. A plus multiplying this plus here will still be a plus multiplying this plus is still a plus. Still same thing here, plus plus. When we get here, plus times this plus is a plus, and plus times this negative will be a negative. All right, so we are left with here, we have here x plus 2x plus 2x plus x plus 30 plus x plus 20 plus x minus 20 equal to, this is 2 times 6 is 12, and 12 minus 4 will give us what? 8. So we have 8 times what? 90 here. Okay, this is x. So let's sum up all the values that takes x as the variable and the numbers. All right, so we have here x plus x is what? X plus 2x is 3x. 3x plus 2x will give us what? 5x. 5x plus x will give us 6x. 6x plus this 6x here will give us what? 7x, and 7x plus this x will give us what? 8x. So we have here 8x. Okay, and we have 30 plus 20. That's 30 plus 20 will give us what? 50. Okay, and 50 minus 10 will give us what? 40. So we have plus 40 equal to 8 times what? 90. And what's 8 times 90? This is what? 720. So we have here 8x plus 40 equal to what? 720. All right, take 40 to this side. We have 8x is equal to 720 minus what? 40. And what is 720 minus 40? That will give us what? 680. We have 8x here. Divide both sides by 8. Okay, cancel. Okay, we're left with what? X. When you divide both sides, we have what? 85. Okay, 680 divided by 8 will give us what? 85. So x is what? 85 what? Degrees. All right, and our right option here is option C. Question 21 of the WAS 2018 Mathematics Past Question says if m and n are the points bracket minus 3, 8, and 5, minus 7. So this is x here, x1, y1, and this is what? x2, y2, respectively. Find n. What it means is what? Find the distance between 2 points. Okay, the distance from m towards n. Okay, that's the distance between 2 points. So we have to find this distance. Okay, and in coordinate geometry, what's the formula for finding the distance between 2 points? Okay, 2 points, mn is equal to what? The square root of what? Bracket x2, okay, minus x1 all squared plus bracket y2 minus y1 all squared. Okay, so let's put in our value of x2, x1, okay, and y2, y1 from these are coordinate what points. Okay, so what is x2 here? X2 is what? 5 minus what is x1? X1 is minus 3, so we have minus 3. All right, all squared plus what is y2? Y2 is what? Minus 7, and y1 is, we have 8, so we have a minus here and 8 all squared. Remember your square root here. Okay, so we have 5 minus minus 3, that will be a 5, minus times minus will be a positive. Okay, and 5 plus 3 is what? 8, so we have 8 square here plus we have a minus 7 minus 8, and minus 7 minus 8 will give us what? A minus what? 15. So we have what bracket? Minus 15 squared. Okay, don't forget our square root. So here we have what? 64 plus minus 15 squared, that is minus 15 times minus 15, which will give us what? A positive. And 15 squared is what? 225. Okay, that will be a positive 225. Okay, and all square here. So when we add up 64 plus 225, we're going to get what? A 9 here, 8 and 2. So we have the square root of 289. And what's the square root of 289? The square root of 289 is what? 17. So we have our answer as what? 17 what? Units. And our right option here is option D. Question 22 of the WAS 2018 Mathematics Past Question. It says the equation of the line through the points this and this is 3y equal to pq plus q, where p and q are constants. Find the value of p. Okay, what's the formula for finding the equation of the line? It is what? Y is equal to what? M x plus what? C, where m is what? The gradient of the line. Okay, and m, or gradient or slope of the line, and m is equal to what? Y2 minus y1 over x2 minus what? X1. Okay, so, and we're told this is the equation of the line. Okay, so let's try to simplify this equation to become as this. Okay, so we have here 3y is equal to px plus q. Okay, so here divide both sides. Let's leave only y on this side of the equation. So divide both everything by what? 3. Okay, divide both sides by 3. So this will cancel out. So we're having y is equal to p over 3x plus q over 3. So m is equal to what? pq. Is that not it? M from here, this is m here. So m is equal to what? P over 3. Sorry. Okay, so m is equal to p over 3. So all we need to do, our question says find the value of p, so we're looking for p. That's why I'm saying m is equal to what? P over 3. Okay, so all we need to do is put the value of m equal to p over 3 into this equation. Okay, and we'll get our value for p. Okay, so we have p over 3 is equal to what? What is y2? Here we have x1 and what? y1, and we have x2 and what? y2. Okay, so let's put in our value. Y2 is what? Minus 2 minus y1 is what? 2 divided by what is x2? X2 is what? Minus 8 minus x1 is what? 4. Okay, so what do we have here? We have what? Minus 4. Minus 2 is minus 4 divided by minus 8 minus 4 will give us a minus what? 12. So we have p over 3 times what? Equal to, sorry, minus 4. This minus will cancel out this what? Negative. Okay, so we have 4 over what? 12. Okay, so all we need to do to get p, all we need to do is just cross multiply. Okay, multiply both sides by 3. Also 3 can cancel out here, so we take 3 to this side. We have p is equal to 4 times 3 over 12. And what is 4 times 3? This is 12 divided by what? 12. Okay, and what is 12 divided by 12 is definitely what? A 1. So p is equal to what? 1. So our answer is what? 1. And our right option here is option A. Question 23 of the WAS 2018 Mathematics Past Question, that's your WAEC exam. It says the angle of elevation of the top of a tree from a point. Okay, angle of elevation of the top of a tree. That means you're looking up to the top of a tree. Okay, and it says from a point 27 meters away. Okay, let's say This is a point 27 meters away. You are here, okay, looking at the top of a tree. Okay, let's say the tree is somewhere here. All right, this is our tree here, okay, and this is 27 meters away. Your angle of elevation, you're looking this way, okay. Our angle of elevation will be this, all right. And it says what, 27 meters away and on the same horizontal ground as the foot of the tree. Okay, so this is the foot of the tree, all right. Okay, and foot of the tree is 30 degrees. Okay, so 30 degrees here. So this is the top of the tree we're looking at, all right. So we've drawn our triangle. We have 27 here meters. This is the tree. The tree is a right angle triangle. This is 90 and this is 30. The question says find the height of the tree. So we are told to look for what? X here. That's the height of this tree. All right, so remember our what? So that's our trigonometry ratios. Okay, so this is our opposite. This will definitely be our hypotenuse and this will be our what? Adjacent. All right, so from here, since we have one side here, we have an angle, we're looking for another unknown side. To get the opposite and where we have the adjacent, what do we use? I think we're going to go for the tan, since we have an opposite here and the adjacent here. All right, so we're going to go with what? Tan 30 degrees is equal to what? Our opposite, which is what? X, divided by adjacent, which is what? 27 meters. Okay, so we're told to look for the height of the tree, which is X. So making X subject of formula, we just cross multiply. Okay, so we have what? Tan 30 degrees times what? 27 equal to what? X. Okay, so this is what? X. What is tan 30? Tan 30 is what? Is what? Root 3 over 3 times 27. So from here, 3 will cancel here 1. 3 in 27 will go how many times? 9 times. So we have X is equal to what? 9 root 3 meters. So this is our answer. X is equal to 9 root 3 meters. And our right option here is option D. Question 24 of the WAS 2018 mathematics past question, that's your WAEC 2018. It says if tan X is equal to 4 over 3, okay, and we are having a right angle triangle here which says 0 degrees is what? Less than X, X is less than X, which is what? 90 degree. Okay, that's a right angle triangle. So we have a right angle triangle here. All right, find the value of what? Sine X minus cos X. Okay, so from here we're told that tan X is what? 4 over 3. So what is tan? Remember our SOHCAHTOA? Okay, so it means that tan, which is our opposite over adjacent. So it means that considering using this angle here, since it's a right angle triangle, okay, so it means that here is what? SOHCAHTOA. This is what? Our opposite, and this is what? Our adjacent. So this angle, this side here is 4 and this side here is 3. Using Pythagoras theorem, where we do 4 square plus 3 square, what will this give us? This is 16 plus 9. And what is 16 plus 9, which is what? 25. To get our hypotenuse here will be the square root of what? 25. Okay, and what's the square root of 25 is what? 5. So my hypotenuse side here is what? 5. Okay, so this side, which is the hypotenuse, is 5. So the question says find the value of sine X. What is sine? Sine is what? Opposite over hypotenuse. And what is our opposite here? Our opposite is 4. Our hypotenuse now is what? 5. Then minus cos X. Cos X will be what? Adjacent over hypotenuse. What's your adjacent here? Your adjacent is 3 and your hypotenuse is what? 5. Okay, so let us subtract this. We have over 5. This is 5 and 5 is 1 times 4. We have what? A 4 minus 5 and 5, 1. 1 times 3 is still a 3. And what is 4 minus 3? 4 minus 3 is what? 1 over 5 here. So our answer is what? 1 over 5. And our right option is option B. Question 25 of the WAS 2018 mathematics past question. That's your WAEC 2018. It says, given that y is 20 meter on a bearing of 300 degrees from X. Okay, let us interpret this question first before we go further. Okay, y is 20 meter on a bearing of 300 degrees from X. Okay, let's say this is our X here. point X, bearing of 300 degrees. This is 90, this is 180, this is 270, 300 degrees will be somewhere here, okay? All right, it's on a bearing of 300 degrees from what? X. All right, Y. So Y is on this point. All right, so Y is here. This is Y and this is what? X. And this angle here, this is 270. And 270 plus 30 will give us what? 300 degrees. So this angle here is what? 30 degrees. Okay? The question now says, how far south of Y is X? What is south? You know, this is your north and this is your what? South. So how far south of Y is X? So let's bring this down here. So since it's set south, we have a right angle triangle here. All right. So how far south? Trace this down and take it what? Here. All right. So here we have a 90 what degree here, and this is what? 20 meter. Okay, given that Y is 20 meter from a bearing of what? 300 from X. Okay. So this is 30. So the question says, how far south of Y is X? Okay, so this is south of what? Y. So how far is it to what? X. So we're to look for this what? Distance. Okay, let's say this, let's give it as what? S. So we're looking for S as our distance, okay, which is how far south of Y is X. Okay, so to look for this, we have here so car toi. So if we are playing with, this is our what? Our opposite. These are adjacent, and this is what? Our hypotenuse. Okay, so from here, what do we have? So katwa, if we're playing around with our opposite and our hypotenuse, we're going to use what? Our sine. So here we have what? Sine 30 is equal to what? S over 20 meters. Okay, and where S is equal to what? Sine 30 times 20. And what is sine 20? Sine 30 is what? Half times what? 20. So we have here 2 here, 1, 2 in 20 is what? 10. So we have what? 10 meters. Okay, so how far south of Y is X is what? 10 meters. And our right option here is option A.